Hello everyone, it is the 9th of December. I hope you're doing well. You better be prepared today for a lovely, 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 heartfelt message. Really got down there.
Merry Christmas!
Right. Look, my finger, you can't see, but my finger got cut. So, guys, I've had like an awakening today. I've had a really beautiful awakening that I'm actually very rich, you know. I don't have like maybe large amounts of money in the bank, or I don't have anybody in my life at the moment, but I have me. And I realize, like, when I walk outside, I notice things, you know. I notice the trees, and when it rains they have these like little droplets and they're so beautiful and they don't drop. Lol. They just sit there, and I just notice these things. And I go into the shop and I'm like, wow, we actually have a shop, that we have food, we have options, I see things like beautifully, and that's rare. And I am so rich in myself. That was a Christmas message, guys, and it's hard sometimes to feel like you're always different, you know, you don't fit in places. I've always felt like that in my life, and I guess maybe being the way I am, like, oh sorry, what is that? My eyes green. Being the way I am, maybe I felt in life that, why haven't I met someone like me? Why? But it's because I'm rare, and that's something to be proud of. So guys, if you are feeling the same way, or if you're not feeling the same way, it's okay to stand out. It's okay to be different. It's okay to do things a different way that people may not understand and may never understand. You have your personality for a reason. You know, as long as you're not harming anyone, then, and you're living out of like love and goodness for yourself, then that's what this life is about, you know. And also, last Christmas, guys, and there's going to be like a trigger warning if anybody's gone through emotional abuse or any abuse. Last Christmas I had a relationship at the time, and I had left for the whole of November, and then in December I thought, because obviously it's Christmas, like, I really want to get back in touch with that person and maybe give it another go, because it was Christmas and yeah, I wanted to at the time. And I remember I planned my own like trip to go abroad on Christmas, right? And I told this person that I was dating, and they didn't even like really make an effort to even want to come on the holiday. Like, they just use silly excuses and stuff. I literally had taken them back at the time. I'd been risking myself, my mental health, my everything to be with that person, and it wasn't reciprocated. So then I just basically told them how I felt and how important it is to come on this holiday, because if they don't come on this holiday, I'm not gonna be waiting around. I'm not gonna be suffering, you know, for seeing the same rubbishness. So anyway, the person ended up coming on holiday with me, and they ruined everything. They literally ruined everything for me. I had the worst Christmas. It was really hard. It was hard to manage. I feel like if anything's a finale, that was the finale where I knew that I cannot be abused anymore in this life. I'm too pure, I am too good, I am too worthy and amazing and special and unique to be abused, because I've always had that in my life. I've always had people not know how to handle my life, you know, and maybe in some ways I thought that being such a good person, being so positive, being so loving, this is what came with it. It's like you kind of have to put up with it. I just it was horrible. Like, it was horrible on holiday with that person. It was just awful, and I don't really want to share the details, guys, because it's just not really important to the story right now. Not what I want to accept. And I got to the point where I was really breaking down, like really like hyperventilating, and I just realized that if this is where I'm at in this relationship, how bad is it gonna get? Like, it already is bad now, but how much worse is it gonna get? And I only dated this person for about 4 months, so I couldn't even imagine how it would progress. So anyway, it took a lot of times to leave, and then Christmas was the finale. Then I stopped speaking to that person. New Year's came, I spent it alone, I went on a holiday. Then for that person's birthday, I went back into their life. And then after that, that was my final exit. Skip over to now, and obviously we're near Christmas and stuff, so it's been a full proper year for me since. And yeah, I've given myself the gift this Christmas to be alone with myself. You know, why do we teach in society that being alone is a bad thing? You know, it's not. Like, sometimes it's needed. And yeah, I think that it was so needed for me to leave. And then through that relationship, it triggered something deeper in me. Like, I'm here, I'm living, I have one life. I can't help my childhood that happened, which basically taught me the inner scopes to how to be treated. So it was awful, and I just had to decide, and it took so long. And then it not only was just, I don't want to be abused, I also don't want people in my life that take me for granted, that don't show up emotionally for me, that don't communicate. All these things, I'm not going to put up with it. So I am someone that I know the love I give is so enormous and so amazing and so beautiful. I can't have things like this in my life that are not what I deserve. And then obviously the ripple happened. Everybody fell out of my life because they weren't meant to be there. And it was so weird. It was like this, I was just saying it to the universe, like one day, like, universe, I can't deal with another unemotionally available person in my life. And then it turned out that everybody else fell away. It just, once I spoke that into the universe, once I decided, which is, go back to that video, guys, it's called Enough is Enough. When I decided enough is enough, something changed in me, that I was sick of the way I was being treated, and I was in control. I'm never gonna blame myself for being in situations like that, because it was always out of a place of thinking that this is where love was found. You have to work for love. You know, the more you love them, you're gonna show them, then one day they're gonna love you. Finally, one day. It doesn't come, guys. So yeah, this Christmas I'm alone. some days are really hard, some days are magnificent like today. But this journey, truly, and 10-10, this journey of alone on Christmas, I haven't followed a structure. I haven't followed any way. It's me literally talking my truth, creating my art in the way I do, and presenting it to you. And, you know, it's to do with it what you will, guys. And I think that's beautiful, to create from a place of no like borders, you know, a place of, you know, it always taught a certain way to do something, and I don't want to follow that way. I want to be myself so authentically. You may realize, why does she never have a time that she tells us like when the videos are maybe going to come out? Because I have to look after myself, and I really want my videos to be at the end of the day so I can give you like a full summary. But this way I get to create more freely, and I'm really proud of this. So yeah, whenever you find my videos in your own time, whenever you watch them, and if you're watching this one, and if you've watched it to this far, then thank you for allowing me to be creating from a place where I am at the moment. And yeah, I think it's beautiful. I just hope that every single one of you can take something from this message, or something could be re-reminded that's already within. Maybe you've skipped till this point, or maybe you're watching till then. I don't know. It's not in my control. But I just hope you know that you are worthy of love and respect. You are worthy of not settling in this life, because people are important to us. You know, when you meet your friends, you are basically putting a mirror up, and it's, you know, you want a good friend, you want to be around that good friend, you want to be around good people, you know, and if you're good as well, it's like, find your matches and don't be afraid to wait right until then. And I know it's scary. I know for some of us, like myself, we've never gotten the love, so all we've had is ourselves. I've lived 24 years on this earth, and I haven't had the love that I give out. I gave it to myself. And it's hard. I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, this is amazing. No, this is incredibly hard. But you get to decide. You know, you get to set the terms for your life. I have this poster, "We live in a floating rock." Guys, this, should you like the Grinch? Oh guys, my Grinch tree. But anyway, guys, this is, oh wait, I'm here, depending where you live anyway. Wherever we are, this is the universe. Doesn't even do it justice. You get to set the terms where you are loved. You get to set the terms of how people treat you. You get to go get everything in your life, and don't let anybody tell you no. It's okay to receive. It's okay to accept. And it's okay to think back to last Christmas, you know, and think how far you've come. And even when I was in that relationship, even when I kept going back, I didn't blame myself, guys. I didn't hate myself into, you know, getting out of it. There was clearly something in that relationship that I needed at that time, even though it sounds a bit distorted, but I needed, like, I was under the illusion to think that person can change. I was under the illusion to think I needed someone else. I was under so many illusions, and I got to break out of them. And I think it's amazing. So maybe this Christmas you're in the worst Christmas of your life. Maybe last Christmas was better. I don't know, like, how it is, but my point is, Christmas is not only just a magical, amazing, fun time, it can be a time where things get ignited, when, you know, things get reminded. But any Christmas can be your Christmas, and you get to define, you know, what happens in your life. You don't get to define what is incontrollable. No, I wish we could. We don't want all that, believe me. But you get to define your Christmas. You get to define who you spend it with. You get to define who you are on Christmas, how you show up for yourself. You get to define your whole life. And this is such a important time just before the new year, that we get to really evaluate things, and not like a tick box and really structured, but just in a really reflective but kind lens. I never want you to be harsh on that beautiful self of yours. Haven't people already been too harsh on you anyway? Really think about things. If I could have a magic wand and just say money wasn't even a thing, what would your life look like? What would your dream experience be? If you take away some of these boxes, you learn pretty much what you want. And it may be hard to admit at first. So yeah, Christmas is about the tree, which I'm very proud of my creation, you know, and it is about the food, believe me. And it is about family, if you have them, friends, if you have them. It's about the Christmas movies, maybe it's about rediscovering yourself. But I also believe, extending on these points, that also Christmas is an awakening. It's a realization. It really puts things into perspective. And like it was for me last Christmas, it was a turning point, that how many more Christmases can I go on like this? Because if I didn't make that decision, thinking back now, I still would have been in it right now. I would have been bracing myself, you know, and I braced myself enough in my life. So yeah, I know that every Christmas is going to be the best Christmas because you're in it. Thank you so much for watching, and like the video if you enjoyed it, and comment if you've taken anything from it. I'd really appreciate to see what you guys think. Thank you. And I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Oh gosh. I nearly fell over there. And yeah. I just have to go now. But bye-bye. And see you tomorrow.